It's October 23rd, 2017. It's the afternoon, and I've been up for a while, kind of putzing around. I got my coffee. Yesterday, I didn't film more because the gross headache I had slowly developed a migraine aura, so I took migraine pills and slept for 14 hours, I think. And I feel a lot better now, but I'm still pretty achy. It's nice and clear out this morning, and the trees are all gorgeous and colorful, and you can see them right outside the living room windows, being all yellows and oranges and the colors of fire. It's nice. It's probably my favorite thing about this time of year is that suddenly a place that's so gray and green becomes so gold and orange. I love fall, even if it in recent years hasn't loved me as much as I've loved it. So all of my plans for hanging out with people yesterday fell through, so that was a little suck, but we'll make it past. This morning I spent some time reaching out to a bunch of friends with silly messages because I kind of needed some social interaction. Like, if I was a sim, my little social bar would be down here in the red. It'd be like, wow. And if it were one of the earlier versions of The Sims, a social rabbit would come knocking soon. So, in an effort to avoid that, I spent some time chatting with some people I care about. A lot of them. Not all of them. I tried not to bother the ones I knew would be at work or might be distracted from what they needed to do. I've fallen down on my little journal a little bit, so I need to work on that some soon. I think that I might try to wheel down to GameStop and see if they still have Marshadow codes. Gotta get me that rare special event Pokemon. I did not pull a card yet today, so I'm gonna shuffle. Or yesterday, for that matter. I'm still reeling a little bit from our beach adventure. I hope that video turned out okay. I will be honest when I say I don't think I watched it all the way through because I was so sleepy. Yesterday's video took like no time to edit, but then I opened the export window and failed to hit start, and so when I came back to check on it later, I realized I hadn't done it. So I just hit export on it, and it'll be up in a little bit here. It's Monday cards. What does this week hold? So swords are passion and desire. They're fire, and they're air and movement and change. I don't know why I always do that. I want swords to be fire and wands to be air. And then I always second guess myself. But I'm a Libra, so I'm the Queen of Swords. But this is the reversed Son of Swords, which would be the page in the more common Rider-Waite style. And pages are about messages and about bringing you things. So that would be like the message of change, just do it. And reversed would be something more like, don't move too fast. That doesn't quite feel right, but I'm feeling a bit fuzzy, so I'm not gonna dial down on it right this second. But I will set it right there and think about it in a little bit. The water for tea is ready, so as soon as my coffee is done, I'm gonna bust out some, probably some O negative. It's like a rooibos by a company called Friday Afternoon Tea, and it is so good. I was wandering around my living room this morning, and I realized I never showed you this, so be prepared to be amazed. This was made for me by a friend for my birthday. Just giving you some detail shots. I'm sorry about the glare. So that is my hair and goggles on this sloth. And they have a little ask me about my pronouns button on. And on their arm, they have a little patch that says they, them. And it's so cute. It's a Rowan sloth. Usually people don't actually personify me as the sloth, so it's like an extra interesting take on it in a nice frame. Charlie made this for me. She's lovely. And I keep failing to bring into the place where I am filming the piece of art that Maddie made for me. Sorry, my brain is sort of spinny. I should also probably like stick over here or maybe over here the piece of art that Autumn commissioned for me. And if I remember to do that, then I will put in the down bar some info about the artist. And I will reach out to Charlie and see if she wants me to say where you can find more from her. But she's pretty great. I wish that we hung out more. I think that's true for most people right now, though. There's a Jace next to me. So my tripod broke yesterday, so the reason that you have this kind of bizarre angle is that it was the best way I could get the... I have like a bendy arm on a clamp that has a tripod or like a cell phone stand thing on the end, and this was sort of the best angle I could get that didn't have super weird lighting. So I hope that it's not too strange. I will probably come back by and talk again a bit later. I'm gonna go do some reading and drink my coffee and try to be more awake. I'm also thinking, and don't quote me on this, that I might get around to dealing with this fiasco. You probably can't tell super well, but the sides on my hair are super long. I haven't gotten them trimmed in a while, and my hair grows remarkably fast, and my bleached ends are still there. Although, to be honest, I kind of like the way that it looks when it's all nice and curly, which is pretty much always. But I have some dye, and some bleach, and some clippers. So this might become a thing that I do. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. I realized that I've been putting hats on a lot, which is usually a sure sign that my hair needs some change. So, we'll see. But for now, I'm gonna go do some stuff. There's a stream I want to watch starting pretty soon, and I'm gonna see if I can get some stuff done while I watch the stream. I stayed up too late last night because the migraine wouldn't let me sleep. I got it to downgraded to like only mildly excruciatingly painful and all centered like right here and right here. It was like 3 giant fingers were pushing down on my head, and that they were pushing out from the inside somehow, and it was terrible. But I worked a bunch on the not so secret Christmas present that I'm working on for my folks. So the family tree that I have been researching for both of my parents' side of the family, and then also I'm going down some, so it's not just like I only care about the parents of the people that made my parents. I'm also caring about their parents, sisters and brothers and their kids. So I think I'm almost to 200 people in the family tree. I'm doing it up in a little extension for Google Docs that lets you do flowcharting. And then I have an associated Google spreadsheet where I'm putting in birthdays and death dates and where they're buried and who they were married to and when they were married, if I can find that information, and dates of divorces, and a surprising number of records that I could find were about like my great grandmother's child, so that would be like my great-great-grand cousin, maybe? I honestly don't know. Had several children who didn't make it very far, and so there's a lot of really distressing death records to go through. So, also the census is weird. So, I have been spending a lot of time looking at census data and death records and birth records, because a lot of that stuff you can find pretty easily if you are searching in the right spots, and then cross-referencing a bunch of that with other things. And then I've started a folder where I'm trying to save the whatever pictures I can find of everybody and their obituaries and all of that stuff, because I sort of envision this being kind of a big multimedia project in the end, but we'll see if it gets there. As of right now, it's just 2 documents and a notebook full of notes, so I'm trying to make it as fleshed out as I can, so I've been pestering aunts and uncles and cousins for any additional information they want to provide about family members who aren't with us anymore. And hopefully, in the end, I will put together some sort of probably password-protected website where relatives can go in and add photos and pictures and such, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to that point. But I have a family member who says they have more web space than they will ever conceivably use, and so I might try to host something like that there. But for now, I'm going to go watch a stream and work on writing up some description stuff and doing a second revision on some poetry and some guided meditations, and probably think a little bit more about this tarot card. And I will see you a little bit later. Oh, hi. How are you? I'm Pen. I'm an Umbreon, and I'm the cutest Pokemon. Okay, I'm silly, I know. But I was just sitting here looking at this, big stack of DS games behind me, and I've been watching a Pokemon stream, and I noticed that in this GameStop DS case that I've had for, several hot minutes, when I got, I think, Pokemon X, I apparently ripped the type matchup chart out to keep in my DS case. I don't remember doing that. But yesterday, I was trying to think of what all of the Pokemon games I have are. My 3DS is upstairs, but I have a Game Boy Color that still works and is a delightful fluorescent green, and I have 2 games for it, Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Silver. The battery is dead in Silver, so time-based events no longer occur. I have a Game Boy Advance that my friend Eddie gave me for my birthday a hot second ago, and Pokemon Ruby. I also have Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. And I know I have another game over there that's an advanced game that I think is a second copy of Ruby. A little bit of a problem. I really like Pokemon Ruby. And then for the DS, trying to put these in order in my head, but we'll see how I do. I have Pokemon Pearl, which I don't think is in there. Nope. And then I have Pokemon Black, which I know isn't in there because it's upstairs. And then I don't appear to have the box for Pokemon X and Y over here. It's also in the DS case upstairs. Then I have Pokemon Conquest, my favorite weird Pokemon side game. And Pokemon Moon. Alpha Sapphire's box is also not here. And then I have Animal Crossing New Leaf, Zelda Link Between Worlds, Cooking Mama, Zelda and the Phantom Hourglass, and Eamon has Dragon Quest Sentinels of the Starry Skies, which I think is in here. Yeah. So is the Phantom Hourglass card, which explains why I couldn't find it. So, I think there's a couple of other games kicking around. I know that there's a copy of Heart Gold somewhere that I can't find. It might be in a box in storage still. But I've been working on my plan of getting all of my Pokemon out of Original Ruby into Sun and Moon. Which originally was to get them into X and Y. But I reset a couple of those Pokemon games for Nuzlocke and haven't refinished them yet, so I've been thinking about the Herculean task of making a massive Google spreadsheet that has what Pokemon are in all of the games. I need to get some batteries out and see if Yellow is still the copy that I played originally or not. It might be my brother's. Memories. I'm pretty certain that I have played a Pokemon game from every generation, but if I'm being 150% honest, Ruby was the first one that I beat the Elite Four in. So I know that the older games that I have were never finished. So that's something I've been considering figuring out, because they'll work in my DS, and I know where the charge cable for that is, and I know where the charger for the Advance is. I could also put batteries in it, but it's missing its battery cover. And I know where batteries are, so I can put stuff in the color. But I've been thinking about this silly idea of laying all 4 of my Nintendo handheld systems out and pointing my camera down at them and trying to capture the same Pokemon on all 4 at the same time, which I think would probably be Pikachu, because I'm pretty sure that it's the only one that's capturable in all 4. But I'm not sure if that would work, because I don't know if you can catch it easily in the wild in Yellow, and I don't know where I am in Yellow. So, I know it's sort of a random thing, but somebody in the stream I was watching was talking about shiny hunting in Silver, and I remembered that there was a copy down here. So, I'm probably going to fiddle around with that for the rest of the night and eat some dinner. I got some writing done and watched a stream, played a little bit of Pokemon Moon, because I still haven't beaten it. And I am so terrible at this thing where about halfway through the Pokemon game I get tired of my team and decide arbitrarily that I'm going to train another team up. So maybe I spent a bunch of time hatching a couple of eggs so that I could train those Pokemon from level 1. Because that's totally a good, efficient use of time. But that's neither here nor there. I also cleared off my desk and set all of the stuff up for painting, and then kind of ran out of spoons for that, so I'm going to try to get some painting done in the morning. I just wanted to check back in, because I'm going to go more or less turn in for the night. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and that the weather doesn't make your joints ache, but makes your heart sing, because it's gorgeous. Thanks for listening. It feels really good to be heard.